What up, peeps? How you doing there, Mike?
I'm doing fine, man. How you doing, brother?
I'm
Look at
doing
that
good,
smile.
brother.
Look at that
Uh,
smile, man. Look at that smile. It makes me happy,
happy
man, when I see that.
Friday. Yes, sir.
There
Yes,
it
sir.
is.
Happy Friday.
There it is.
So
Happy Friday.
everybody's out there listening in the world today. Hope everything is going well and you're safe. So I hope no one's getting on an airplane soon because you got a long wait.
You're
So
gonna be waiting.
I would say sit around and wait till they call you to come to the airport.
I had some friends already, man, delayed on some flights and stuff. Yeah. So yeah, it's out there. It's real. It's real, people. It's real.
Yeah.
It's real.
Yeah. And I guess today is the day that they decided that they would tell, I guess the airlines which flights can go out to different countries and stuff like that. They're putting limitations on it. I heard 40% or something like that.
Yeah, it's supposed to be cuts all across everywhere, different percentages, for different levels. But yeah, man, that's what's going on in the world. But we're going back to the fitness world this week.
I know, man.
So
yeah, man, we're gonna go ahead and get back in our episodes.
Yes, sir. So since we're getting back in our episode, it's episode 7 for those of you who are.
So yeah, we're gonna hit up episode 7, people. So you guys have been keeping up with us.
Right. And this is Heart Strong, Heart Young, the sweet spot for health. You always hear me talking about every day, man. I talk about do something for your heart health. This is a perfect subject for us, man.
That's right.
We can, we won't be here forever talking, about it, but this is something that people need to understand, man, because I think they kind of neglect that part of their body sometimes and say, oh, people work out, but they neglect the heart. So when we start talking about Heart Strong and Heart Young, Rob, why don't you go into that a little bit, then I'll follow up with you.
Well, number one, I think the heart starts first with your cholesterol check. It doesn't matter how great a shape you're in. If your cholesterol levels are all off key due to your food intake and stuff like that, then you will have that unwanted weight being going through for blocking valves and stuff like that in the heart. And so that could cause a lot of problems too. On the other side of that is people try to go from 0 to 100 when they think it's time to do cardio. And during those times, I think that some people overdo it and end up having more heart issues from pushing themselves to where the heart can't keep up. And we have a lot of problems with that too. So I would say that you guys out there who really want to get started, number one, focus on your eating habits. Make sure that those foods that are going in is not going to cause any blockage. And then when you decide to start working out and doing some things that's going to keep that ticker running as intended, that you start off slow, just with a nice walk for 30 minutes a day, then maybe increase it from that point. But no need to go buy new running shoes and all that. Go buy some walking shoes, because I'm prime example. I'm prime example of going out and buying running shoes, and I use them maybe 3 or 4 days, and it's like,
she's gonna be out there sprinting, Rob.
Yeah. Absolutely, I thought I was, but running ain't for me, bro. Not at all.
I feel you, man. Yeah, exactly, man. Yeah. Exactly. And when I start telling people, man, the heart muscle, man, people, they automatically assume it's like that. Hey, man, you got to lift weights, you got to do all that stuff. It's about taking care, like you said, it's about taking care of your body. Go get checked out. You should get a physical at least once a year. Some of us need to go maybe more than that, twice a year. Get that cholesterol checked. Get your blood pressure. You should be doing your blood pressure. You should have a blood pressure monitor at your house. You should be getting that. You should be checking your own blood pressure to see where it's at. And just like Rob said, don't go into it. When we get new people, they want to go gung ho. I'm like, nah, this is how we're going to do it. We're going to work on our form. We're going to take our time.
Absolutely.
And then, hey, it's about conditioning. And a lot of people that lift weights, they don't think about conditioning. They just think about getting big. So you get a lot of people out there that's lifting weights, but their heart condition is not all that great, man, because
Yeah.
they're just lifting heavy, lifting slow, and not doing anything for the heart. And we
Mhm.
see a lot of this. A lot of people, man, heart attacks, like you said, clogged valves, stuff like that. You know, also
Yeah.
taking care of your heart, man, is mental. It's your energy. Your heart's your energy. Your heart supplies happiness, joy, and when you're sad and depressed and stuff, that takes effect on your heart too. That's a big thing on your heart too as well. So it's like Rob said, when you first start out, you gotta sit down and say, you know what, the muscle that I'm gonna work is gonna be my heart. Because if you don't, then when you do everything else, man, you can kind of defeat the purpose. You know, and just like Rob said, don't go out there and buy a brand new pair of running shoes. You know, Rob probably spent like 50 on them. You know, they look good. They look good now
Yeah.
when he's walking in them.
That's it. That's the only time I use them. That's for sure, brother. But yeah, man, I totally believe that when people see others out there running and doing all that, it looks fun to some who enjoy running. But I guarantee you, most of them out there who are, I would say, top-notch runners are definitely getting their heart monitor check, including their VO2 max and
Mhm.
all of those things like that to see where you are. I've learned some things from that by just using my Apple Watch. Kind of told me
Right.
where I stood, and basically it said that I was average. Didn't say I was good. It said I was average for my age. So you know, uh, I've never been that guy who would go out and try to get all my clarity down through running, and so it's just been um, a way of my cardio have always been just either Stylemaster or doing the old walking.
Yeah, you do. Yeah,
But other than
walking.
that,
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. And that's why I tell people,
absolutely.
walking is the best exercise for anybody starting out, or even if you're advanced. You know,
Yeah.
getting those steps in. You know, just being outside or on a treadmill or whatever.
Hmm.
That's going to enhance that muscle around the heart. And the thing is,
Yeah.
we want to be able to enhance our heart muscle to where we're when we're at the older we get, we want the heart to get younger or feel younger,
Absolutely.
So you could be, and I saw this guy the other day, man, he's 99 years old and he's fit, but he said the first thing he did, he went to the doctor, he got checked up, and the doctor said, "Hey, man, your heart. We need your heart to get, be younger." So he started
Yeah.
exercising, man. Dude, his exercise, 99 years old, man. They say he's got a heart of a 50-year-old, and he's 99
Wow.
years old.
That's
So,
awesome. I mean, I was reading. I know I saw that the oldest person at the marathon, New York Marathon, or whatever that
right,
went on, it was 89 years old, and that's it's amazing. No matter how long it took them to get there, they got across without any issues. It
exactly,
was filling up the bar.
exactly,
So
exactly.
for those are people who've been taking care of themselves and been doing it for a long time, and their heart is working as a 25-year-old or a 30-year-old just to allow someone that age to carry themselves for that amount of time. For sure.
So when we talk about the sweet spot, what do we mean by that? What do we mean when we hitting the sweet spot for the heart?
So basically, it's 220 minus your age. Then, as long as you know your threshold with that, you want to go 75% of that. And if you can uh, keep your heart rate at that amount and run for, say, I was told when I was going through the testing back long, long time ago that when you can run for, say, 100 yards and you run full speed and you're able to recover within a minute or two after
Right.
you've run that short
Exactly.
distance, that's when you start to find your sweet spot and you kind of can go from there. But I always tell people, and I'm like I said, I'm only sharing what I read and saw other people do, and that is you can increase your endurance a lot faster by sprinting and then move on to the actual long run and then just try to take off running and run 1 mile and then next week run 2 miles. If you just do some sprinting, that will get your heart rate up and get those lungs working for a longer distance. That's for sure. So, you
And
know,
yeah,
I,
piggybacking off of that, I totally agree. What I tell my clients when they start walking, I said, okay, so you walk a mile and say your mile is 20 minutes, your first walk. So I say
Right.
Monday is 20 minutes. So I said Tuesday is got to be at least 19 minutes and 59 seconds. So every
Yeah.
day you try to get a little bit better, a little bit faster, and you build up to that, and that's how, that's the old way of getting in condition, and that's like I tell people when we're training now and I'm training people, we're training for longevity, to be there for a longer time. We're not bodybuilding anymore. We want, this is for your everyday person. And when I say conditioning to get that way, and I tell them, I say, I want you to be better in your fourth quarter. That could be in the fourth quarter at your job, fourth quarter doing anything else, but fourth quarter of your life. You know what I'm saying? That your life. So just like you said, so, and I've had people to tell me, say, hey man, that makes me think about it. So when I time it on Monday or my first day, then I know I got to get better the next day. And I tell them, if you don't, then you got to start all over again. So I said, what's going to happen is, now you got to understand this, that probably by the time you're in there for about a month or 4 weeks, your times are getting better because now you're getting more in shape and more condition. So I said, but if you don't make the time, then you got to start all over. And they're like, what do you mean? You got to start all over from the beginning. They're like, oh, I get it now. So that's I said, that's what that, and that's the rotation for them. And, as when we do the workout too, I condition my, my clients, as well.
Yeah.
Because I always
do you take them out to the same stadium that I see you at?
A few, man, but that stadium is kind of far from my house. Everybody wants to go. And then when I say let's go, oh well, I get that. But I have like when it's warmer outside and stuff, I take people outside and I have some drills and stuff we do outside and stuff with the weighted ball and running and squats and stuff and everything to keep that heart going and everything. So I do I do that stuff with my clients, and I condition them, with your intensity and your sets too. People don't realize you can get in shape and get your heart in shape if you condition right with the weights. If you're pushing weights and you pushing sets and you're not resting in between, now you're conditioning yourself, because now you're getting that heart rate up. And a lot of people don't like, a lot of people that want to train, they don't get that heart rate up, and they always say, well, I'm not losing weight or doing this. I say, you're not getting your heart rate up when you're lifting. You might be getting stronger, but you're doing that slow pace. You see people at the gym all the time. They work out, get those 4 or 5 reps in, then they walk around for about 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's two main exercises that I know for a fact, and this is my own experience and watching my clients too, is that if you're doing dumbbell rows and you're doing sets of 15 each side, when you're done, you're gassed.
Yeah,
because it's a very tasking one. And then also the Bulgarian squat.
Yeah,
when you do that, that will make your heart rate kind of race a little bit. So it's just basic stuff like that. When you don't want to run, there's always several different exercises within the gym, even if it goes down to supersetting and going from one spot to the other spot, and then maybe throwing in some type of functional movement in between it, then that could also help get your heart rate up for people who can't run. And so it's always a way. It's just a matter of either thinking with your coach or your coach thinking for you, or if you're alone, you do your own thing and try to figure out what gets you the most winded during your workouts, and just throw it in at the end of each workout or so. For sure.
One more thing, Rob, is there any type of supplements that that you might recommend that go along with work with the heart and everything, as far as and working out?
I can't say that I know any particular thing that's actually for the heart, because that's such a medical thing that I refuse to tell. Besides endurance, I can't recommend any type of supplements to clients for their heart, because I don't get paid that high for that one, so I leave it alone.
And I want to ask that question because I know people say, well, is there anything I can take to help enhance it or whatever? But no, it's just just like you said, man, it's just it's hitting your basics. And people don't understand. A lot of people don't get this either. It doesn't take a lot of time Because when they say, well, I don't have time to do all the stuff like this and that and like that.
Sure.
People, I clocked my workout the other day, man. It was 41 minutes. And I blasted it and I put it out there for people to see it. And if you go in the gym and you go and you're pushing and you're not resting a whole bunch and you're getting those exercises done, it really won't take a long time.
Yeah, it should, I would say legs, an hour, 10 minutes, 15 minutes max. Everything else is 45 minutes. I could do back and shoulders and I would say for my age group or for anyone in their 40s and 50s, if you're in the gym longer than 45 minutes, you're doing something wrong, right? Unless you're resting, something is off if you're doing it too long, if you're then there after that. But just like you had just stated, it depends on the individual who are going into the gym, whether they're going in to actually train or they're going in to just try different pieces of equipment. Even though they're saying they're working out, but when you look at them, you think that, it looks like you're just trying out pieces of equipment because you're not really doing anything. You're bouncing around the gym and you look busy, but you're not really getting a pump from anything. You're not tearing any muscle tissue. You're just bumping around. And so some people think that's a workout. And when they end up doing that, then they feel as though they worked hard because they got their heart rate up, but they didn't really cause any serious change besides the conditioning part.
Right. And some people think because I showed up and was at the gym, that's work. And that's it. That's the thing. I showed up every day. But I always tell people this: you can show up to school and not miss a day and still get an F.
That's for sure.
I tell them that all the time. I say, hey, you go to school like you got perfect attendance and still fail. So
I was listening to the one with Dorian Yates said the same thing. He says, I walk into gyms now and I'm like, no one in here belongs in this gym because they don't look like they work out.
Working out. I
all walking around doing something. It's so true. Exactly. You walk into a corporate gym, you go, okay, now I see a lot of people in here, but they don't look like they go to the gym at all.
And then you see people that be in there every day and you're like,
Changes are made in the kitchen. Exactly. I keep telling people that changes are made in the kitchen. The gym is just to break down the muscle tissue. That's it. You're not going to build any muscle in there. That's for sure. Yeah, man. But go ahead. I was
just getting ready to say, man, to summing it up, man, it's all about, taking care of your heart, man, because that muscle right there, man, it gives you everything. It gives you it gives you life, man, every day. So if you don't take care of it, you won't be around for a long time, or you'll be having a lot of ailments, a lot of issues, and you don't want that, man. I've seen some people, man, going on breathing machines and all this other stuff because they didn't take care of themselves, their body, the stuff around their heart, the valves and everything because of the way they ate, the cholesterol. Like I said,
that's right.
Just piggybacking and going back on the topic, just go back. Hey, make sure, and we always emphasize this, go to your doctor if you haven't had a physical. Get your physicals, get your blood test done so they can tell you all the stuff that you need to do or how's it going and go from there. Don't just, some people just start out, I'm gonna go out. Hey, if you haven't been working out and you haven't had a physical, I always tell my clients, look, I need you to get a physical if you haven't been working out and you haven't been to the doctor in a long time, especially if you're heavy, because hey, you could be a heart attack waiting to happen, and we got to be safe with that. So I always emphasize that, and that's basically my thing. And I always say that take care of your heart. It's about that heart health.
Yeah, and absolutely. So we can wrap it up with that for sure. And what I also like the people to understand that if you would go and like and subscribe to the stuff that we're coming at you with, we may not hit every point. But if you reach to us and ask us some of the things that you feel as though we should have covered, feel free to, just comment, let us know. One of us will catch it and we'll see it. The other thing is that Michael mentioned about, doing things slowly. And that's what I just want to reemphasize on is that don't feel as though you need to jump out there and make changes today and then go out again tomorrow. You take a break in between those days until your body is able to complete a full week of training. you don't want the fast results because they're not good results because you're doing something too extreme, and just focus on being able to get up one day at a time and do small stuff, even if it's walking only, and get your heart checked, and just do the right thing. Eat the right foods, number one. So next week, actually, we will be on episode 8, people. And if you're interested in supplements, we'll be talking more about supplements, basing on, say, 60 plus, but also we will definitely hit into the younger people because we get more attention from that, and we'll let everybody have a little taste of what we think about it all. The supplements is not a steroid supplement. The supplements is actually stuff that you can get over the counter. Those things we'll talk about. So if you're interested in that, come back next week and see us, and we will definitely go live and let you guys know what we think of all of that.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
That's it. So we'll see you. Enjoy Friday. Be safe, people. We'll see you on the rebound. Peace.
Doses.